Good morning, good morning, and good morning. Today is a great day to be a Savannah State Tiger. I want to once again welcome everyone to our annual May meeting. My name is Harold N. Washington, and I have the honor and the privilege, and I'm humbled to serve as your president of the National Alumni Association. We're going to go ahead and get started with our public opening session. I know that we are live streaming all around the world on our website, SSUNAA.org. So we're actually going to go ahead and get started. We will actually start with an invocation from our chaplain, Mr. Lonnie Denton. I see that he is online. So Mr. Denton, I will pass the mic to you, sir, please.
Good morning, and it's a pleasure to be a servant of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, and more directly, it's an opportunity to serve our dear SSU. I am delighted to encourage us. Just something, if a couple of things that if you like me, you got in early, and we had to wait. I had some interruptions with my Wi-Fi, but that's all good. So the thought that I would like to leave with us as we're in a real busy world and all around us is the microwave mentality. I want it now. But there's a word from God that reminds us that waiting is not always a bad thing, and it's usually a good thing. So for the sake of time, the book of Habakkuk gives us a good chat on that. But for the sake of time, I'm just going to read 3 or 4 verses in chapter 2 of Habakkuk. That's the Old Testament minor prophet. And this is what it states. I will stand my watch and set myself as a rampart and watch to see what he will say to me and what I will answer when I am corrected. The Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain on tablets, that he may run who reads it. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it will speak and will not lie. Though it tarries, wait for it, because it will surely come, and it will not tarry. Behold the proud, his soul is not upright in him, but the just shall live by faith. The just shall live by faith. This writer teaches us in a short frame that we must learn and cherish waiting before we get our answers. In this book, chapter 1, the prophet was positioned to watch and see. In chapter 2, he was positioned to stand and see. And 3, he is positioned to kneel and see. So the question we must answer and have it very, very, very relevant in our hearts as we lead and as we go out front and as we carry the mantle that has been passed on to us. Not everything happens conforms us to God's will and wishes. First thing. Number 2, nothing that happens gets overlooked by God. Number 3, everything that happens will ultimately be addressed with justice. Nothing that happens should distract us from continuing to respond faithfully. Finally, as we get the vision, as we understand it, and while we are waiting, there are a lot of things that we can really do. And as I close this, be sure to write down the vision. Make sure it's plain. Everyone should have the same message as this writer says here. And everyone should know when they are to act and what they are to act upon. Remember, it's for a selected time in the future. And that's where faith comes in. It motivates us towards our goal, and it shall not be discarded, and it will not fail, as I pray. May you be encouraged that waiting is not necessarily bad, and interruptions are a blessing from God. Father God, we thank you for the day that you've given us. We thank you for your loving care, and we thank you for giving us an opportunity to be servants of the Most High. And as we represent you in our dear SSU and then our National Alumni Association, may we understand that this is the day that you've given us. Let us rejoice and be glad in it, and remember and be reminded that in the midst of all that's going on around us, when we wait and stand still, we can hear you and we can make good, godly decisions. Those things that are near and dear and tender to your tender heart, make them ours, we do pray. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Chaplain Denton, thank you for those words of inspiration. Those actually are very go in line with what I'm going to be speaking about later on during our session. So thank you very much. I do thank you. We'll now move on to, we have greetings from a bunch of different stakeholders of our university. Some are on, some are on the way on now. But we're going to start with our SSUNAA National Queen, Ms. Margie Terry. I will go ahead and pass the mic to you, ma'am, please. The floor is yours. You are muted, Ms. Terry. All right, while Ms. Terry works out her the technical issues, I see that we have Mr. Marius Davis online. Mr. Davis, are you here with us, sir? I believe I saw you in.
Yes, sir, I'm here.
Please, sir, the floor is yours. I will allow you to please go ahead and welcome yourself. Let us know who you are and what new great things you have going on, sir.
Well, good morning. Good morning to President Ballard-Washington and to you, President Washington, and to the executive committee and all of the alums. I say a hearty good morning. I am Marius Davis, the newly named Director of Alumni Relations at Savannah State University, a proud 2006 graduate of our beloved SSU. And I'm just excited to be in this role, excited to be here with you this morning, and excited to see the things that we will be able to do to continue forwarding the goals of Savannah State University. Good morning.
Good morning, sir, and thank you, thank you, thank you. We're going to slide down to a very, very, very special guest that is near and dear to me. She is a sophomore at Savannah State University, and her name is Miss Jordan Sampson. Jordan, are you online with us, ma'am? I think I saw you.
Hi.
There she is. I will pass the mic and pass the floor to you, ma'am. Please just greet us, let us know things that's going on campus and how we, the alums, can help you and support you, all the students. And so I will pass the mic and the floor is now yours, ma'am.
Thank you. Well, good morning, everyone. I'm Jordan Sampson, a sophomore student at Savannah State University, majoring in computer information and logistics systems. And I am from Daphne, Alabama. And today I just am so happy to be here to have the honor and privilege to be able to speak to you all and to bring you all greetings. Here at Savannah State, I do a lot on campus, and none of it would be possible without the love that people have for SSU, including the alumni. I have a lot of professors that are alumni here at Savannah State, and they have truly helped me understand the history and the prestige and the culture of the institution. And that has really helped me fall in love with the institution. It literally every day, when you're walking around campus, something new is pointed out to you. And with speaking to alumni, you're able to appreciate where the university has been and also where it's going in the future. So really establishing that relationship and building that relationship really post COVID-19. And since I am a COVID senior, I graduated from high school in the middle of a pandemic and came to college in the middle of a pandemic. And being able to see the relationship between the students and the alumni grow stronger, that's really what I want to see at the university, especially even starting your freshman year. And through Pre-Alumni Association, which I'm in, I really want to continue to grow and make that happen. And especially just at the school level to see, and because that's how the university for letting me be here, and thank you.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very, very much, Jordan. Great to have you. I see we got Miss Queen, Miss Margie Terry. Let's go ahead and see you back with us, ma'am. All right, Erin. We got you. All right. While you work those out, I see I have Mr. Stowe on the line with us. Mr. Stowe, do you have Mr. or Miss Savannah State with you there, sir?
I do not presently have them with me. I think they're trying to join, so I'm trying to connect with them. And as soon as I do, I will let you know. But good morning. I do serve as the Director of Student Life and serve as the advisor for SGA and Mr. and Miss Savannah State.
All right. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. So in light of that, I know we have others that were still trying to go ahead and join. For the sake of time, I will go ahead and pass the mic to our President Kimberly Ballard-Washington, who will bring us greetings and also bring us the state of the university. And then hopefully once she concludes, some of those individuals that we've been waiting on will be able to get online and then bring those greetings. But I will go ahead now. Ms. Kimberly Ballard-Washington, President of Savannah State University. I know that you are online. I will go ahead and pass the mic to you, ma'am. The floor is yours.
Good morning, everyone. How's everyone doing? It is very good to see you.
Good morning.
I apologize for that delay. Couldn't find the right button. Marius or Dr. Mulgrave, do you have the PowerPoint? Can you present that, please? If not, I'll start talking and hopefully the PowerPoint will catch up at some point. Thank you very much. So, of course, this has been a very busy week at Savannah State. We are really, it is the end of the school year. Today is move out, complete move out. There has been, most students moved out earlier in the week, but those who graduated yesterday are in the process of moving out now. Hold on just a moment. Are you all able to do it? Shalonda, can you present?
Okay, found a button. Hold on, I'm trying to load it. I couldn't find the button.
Okay, thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
Well, as we get started, you know, the university's priorities are remaining the same as they were for the last year. We're trying to make sure we're broadening students' learning experiences, something that Jordan just talked about, inside and outside the classroom. Walking around campus, you're also being educated. It's not just the faculty members, you're educated by our by the staff and others that are on our campus that are able to share historical information and their views and ideas as to what we need to do to innovate the university. We're also trying to implement strategic and comprehensive approach in establishing and enhancing partnerships, working with community engagement and economic development. We are trying to align our coursework with what's going on in the local community, but indeed the world. Where will our students need to be employed over the next 10, or let's bring it back now to the next 10, to the next 25, 50, 100 years, trying to make sure that we are preparing our students, not just with a general well-rounded education and a liberal arts degree, but also targeted to where the career focus is heading. And so the way that we do that is by partnerships in our community. Work with our career services to do that, work with our economic development team to do that. Creating campus partnerships and promoting health and wellness of students as a foundation for academic and life success. You know, last summer, we had a suicide on campus. Health and wellness is key for students that are in a COVID environment, not just for the students, but also for the faculty and staff. We're living in a different world. Things are happening so differently than we would have ever imagined. And it's the isolation, being online a lot, as opposed to having that personal interaction. And so we have to give our students, staff, and faculty coping mechanisms so that we are all able to progress. But as we talk about what's happening in the world, think about January 6th. How many of us would have imagined a world where you would see individuals storming the Capitol? Things that our students are having to think about and living with now are things that we, growing up and even during our college days, were not necessarily, they weren't in our minds. While we're doing all of these things, we're also working with our advancement team, trying to make sure that we're securing extramural funding, getting philanthropic support. Very important for our university. We need to increase our financial backings. We need more endowments for the university. Jordan is an excellent student, an excellent example of the students that we produce, that we attract, but also that we produce into your ranks as alumni. She is already working very hard, but as you heard from her, scholarships are necessary. She is able to do what she does on our campus because of the scholarship funding that she has received from you and from our from other philanthropic support. And so we're grateful for that, but we need more so we can have more Jordans. We have a couple of national searches going on. One is the Vice President for Academic Affairs, Dr. Sumitra McFall, class of I'm going to get it wrong, I think 2003, with her master's, is serving in that role right now. And her regular role has been the Associate Provost. She's served admirably for almost 2 years now as the interim. And we're searching for that position, for a permanent person for that position. And we're in the final stages. Candidates will be on campus in 2 weeks. I believe we have 5 candidates that will be coming to campus. We'll be able to have interviews. There will be a public session. And so I invite you all to participate if you're able to join us. Also, we're searching for the Vice President for Advancement and External Affairs. Dr. Shalonda Mulgrave has been serving in that role since January, and we're very appreciative to her for stepping up and stepping out to serve. She was when I needed an interim for that, it was very easy to think of who it needed to be. What she's done since I've been on campus is she's been definitely a thought leader in bringing some support to the university. She is very innovative. And so, of course, those are the types of things you need in a role of being vice president for advancement, and definitely also in marketing and communications. So we're grateful to her for her service over this time. We're expecting that both positions will be filled at some time, filled permanently at some time this summer. I doubt if June 1 is a realistic time frame, maybe to have the person named, but definitely not start in the vice president for academic affairs. And I doubt also that July 1 is probably the time frame we're looking for advancement. I would think that it's more likely that it would be a little later, perhaps August 1, by the start of the school year. Moving on to something that I know everyone has had a lot of interest in, that's the Savannah State athletics and the naming of the football coach. Dr. Aaron Kelton is now our 27th head football coach. And he went to school at Springfield College and a master's degree from Virginia State University. Has hit the ground running, came in and right away started spring practice. And the student athletes, I think, are energized by his energy. He seemingly is doing quite well with them. I've had an opportunity to talk to several of our student athletes, our returning student athletes, and they indicated that spring practice went very well, and they are excited about what the future of Savannah State University football will be. I will tell you, I'm excited. What I've seen thus far of him is him becoming engaged on campus, him also becoming engaged in the community. He's had an opportunity to go out into the community and participate in some community events. And he is not meeting any strangers and is willing to talk about Savannah State football and our kids, which is very much key. We want him to be able to engage with the community and to attract new talent to Savannah State University. And so we're excited as to what the future holds with him. We want our student athletes to do well, exceptionally well, I'm going to say, on the football field, but we also want them to be able to do well in the classrooms. We need them to go to class. We need a coach who is going to make sure they're doing the right things to remain eligible. We need a coach who is going to attract and recruit students who are college ready. And so we're very excited about Coach Kelton and what he is already accomplishing. So you all may have heard that we earned the number 7 spot on college consensus list of the 50 best historically Black colleges and universities for 2022. We're very proud to have earned that, but of course, we want to be on the top list for all of the rankings, and so we're working to move us up. Thank you to College Consensus. We want to be on that same level with universities like Howard, Spelman, and others that are consistently in the top in U.S. News and World Report when that ranking comes out. And so we're working for that for the next year and the following year. We don't want these type rankings to be an anomaly. We think it should be the norm. And the way that it becomes the norm is by us doing the right things on campus, having the financial support that from outside agencies, getting grant funding, which really one of the things that that has happened recently is we received $830,000 in grant funding for a new computer science degree track. And so we're excited about that. And that has been a spotlight for us this month. Our faculty work very diligently in receiving grant funding, particularly in the STEM areas. Those faculty members are constantly writing and working and getting dollars for for our students so that they can participate in more, we can teach them differently, and so forth. I say STEM is probably the best of it, and I'm sure if we look at the numbers, they have been consistently the best, but other departments do it quite well also. College of Business Administration has joined in. College of Education, which is a very small college, has also joined in, and they are working and making a difference with their students because of this. So last month, yes, that was in the month of April, we had our honors convocation. Honors convocation was held on the lawn of Kennedy Fine Arts Center, and it was really wonderful to see almost 1,000 of our students honored. That's a very high number. That means that about 20% of our student population are honor students. They're doing well in the classrooms. You know, a lot of students do well in high school, and then they come to college and they suffer a drop. Our students are performing very well, and to have almost 1,000 of them on the lawn that day receiving their honor was pretty remarkable. We also, this year, I'm sure you all are aware, 50th anniversary of the Naval ROTC program at Savannah State University. At the spring review, we had the most senior African-American person in the Navy come to our campus. He's a Vice Admiral, John Vincent Fuller, and he is now assigned to us as a mentor for our program. And so he will be back very regularly. And so we're excited to have that relationship with him. But I will tell you that we're more excited because of the 50 years that we've had with the NROTC program and the 400 alums who have been commissioned from our unit. Yesterday, we commissioned another 3 members into that graduated, 3 officers, and they are going to, one is going to down to Pensacola, Florida, sorry. One is going to be at Quantico, and the other, a young lady, is going to be in San Diego. Very proud of them and their diligence on campus. They worked really hard. I saw these students grow over the last 3 years, and it's very good to see them be able to set sail and go on their way. And I know they, just like the rest of the 400 alums who have gone through that program, are going to do great things and be very active as alums in giving back to future students. As I mentioned earlier, yesterday we celebrated our 200th commencement ceremony. And U.S. Navy Captain Donnie Cochran delivered our keynote address. I thought it fitting to have Captain Cochran come and talk to our students or our new graduates, given that we're celebrating 50 years of NROTC, given the decorations that he has received over the years. And of course, he was just last week admitted into the Georgia Aviation Hall of Fame. And so we were very happy to have him, but even happier to have these 365 students receive their degrees. It was a great day. I'll tell you, it was a hot day, but our students endured, and they are now alumni of Savannah State University. We also gave a degree awarded a degree. We didn't give it to him because he earned it. Mr. Charlie Woodley. Mr. Woodley is 90 years old. He passed on April 23rd, and he would have been seated with this graduating class. He started Savannah State University in 1956. And from speaking with his wife, I wanted to know what made him come back. And she shared that she did. When they married 7 years ago, he talked about his time in college and so forth. And that was something that he kind of wished that he had continued. And he did not continue that. And she was like, well, why not now? And so we're very glad that he continued. And she and others have indicated that he was most proud to have completed his degree. And he did learn before his passing that he had worked hard enough and earned the grades to graduate. And so we're very proud that we were able to award his degree, albeit posthumously. The Second Mile Award, which is the highest award presented to a graduating senior, was awarded to Miss Lindsay Anderson. And Miss Lindsay Anderson, who you may know, or if you don't know her, I'm sure you know family members of hers, because Lindsay's mother is an alum, and I believe her grandmother is also an alum of Savannah State University. She's third generation. And so we're very proud of Lindsay. And, sometimes when I'm reading the applications or nominations for the award, I'll know some of the students and I'll say, oh, I know that this person did this. And I had no idea who Lindsay was. I didn't know her by name. I know her by sight. I did not know her by name. And when she came on stage yesterday, I told her that. I was like, well, Lindsay, congratulations. And it was 100% on paper, because I had no idea who this bright student was who was doing such great work. But I'm very proud of her. And I do think that she is very deserving, and she is going to do great things. I'm excited for her future and excited for her to now be amongst the alumni of Savannah State University. So there's a lot going on academically in all of our different colleges. And so we want to highlight just a little bit of that. So in COBA, the College of Business and Business Administration, a senior survey indicated students have participated in internships and obtained full-time jobs with the companies that you see listed on the slide. Outstanding, and the future for these students, the companies locally and nationally and internationally that are working with our students now is pretty remarkable. And so that college is going to continue to excel. The leadership there is great, and I know that it will continue. In the College of Education, we had students, Jaden Simpkins, Trinae Brown, and Jacob Davis, travel to Cincinnati, Ohio to participate in a Thurgood Marshall College Fund event. And so that type of activity and our students have an opportunity to participate helps elevate them and them learn more than what's going on in the classroom. That is definitely what is needed for our students, as we talked about with Jordan, learning inside in the classroom and also outside the classroom, not just on campus, but around the state, the nation, and the world. And so very excited that they had an opportunity to participate in that immersive experience. In the College of Liberal Arts and Social Sciences, Mr. Johnson, Jason Johnson, took several students down to Brunswick during the trial in fall semester, the trial for Ahmaud Arbery, or for the killing of Ahmaud Arbery. And they did a photo exhibit that was presented on April 2nd. It was very well attended, and the photos are remarkable. The photos are still on display in Whiting Hall. So when you're on campus, if you have an opportunity, I invite you to please stop by and take a look. It is quite interesting. And it's also, again, talks about learning inside and out of the classroom. These students, all of them mass comm majors, they weren't just taking photos. They had an opportunity to meet with various individuals who were in attendance down there, media members, but also political activists. And so it was a great experience that these students have, and something they now can add to their resumes. In the College of Science and Technology, our students have been working on this concrete canoe, and they participated in the competition in Tallahassee. Of course, I keep wondering how a concrete canoe can sail, but I guess this is why they are part of their engineers. So they were able to figure this out. We already talked about the, we talked about the $830,000 that was awarded. But this is really special because we're one of the few HBCUs to offer a modeling and simulation degree track. And so we're very, very excited about that. Previously, we've shared with you what's going on in the College of Business with the Harlem Globetrotters. That has taken off, and right now what we're doing is there's a partnership to invest in our students' future careers. So it is a wonderful opportunity how they're learning about merchandising opportunities and operations. They're learning how to advance box offices. They are learning basically all the business that is associated with live entertainment. We're grateful to the Harlem Globetrotters and to the relationship that our College of Business has with the Harlem Globetrotters. Think that this is something that will go far. But even though this program starts with the Harlem Globetrotters, it does not end there, because they are the beginning of it, and what it shows is that live entertainment happens in a variety of ways. It's not necessarily just that company, but it happens in the NFL when you're working. It happens if you're doing music industry. And so live entertainment certificate program is offered through our Center for Innovation and Entrepreneurship, and we're very excited about that. So in February, I believe it was, we had an opportunity to honor Miss Antonesia Knighton. Ms. Knighton is a junior, now a senior, majoring in middle grades education. And she was honored with 25 other students from all of the University System of Georgia institutions at the board meeting in February at the Academic Recognition Day. And so we were very proud of the accomplishments of Ms. Knighton, and she is a remarkable student, first generation, bright future that she plans to take back into the classrooms in the Middle Georgia area. And so we look forward to that. She is a 4.0 student and is just outstanding. So Jordan is on, and she won the Tiger's Den Business Pitch Competition, which occurred, I believe it was in April, may have been the end of March, but each winner was awarded $1,500. And Jordan is a remarkable student, which you can see from just talking to her, having the opportunity to see her and talk to her right now. Jordan also is from Alabama, and she is she is going to work with us, Jordan, right, on recruitment in her area. I told her when I met her earlier this academic year that I wish we had known her last year. We were down there in March of 2021 and did not know that we had a student like Jordan that could have helped us with the recruitment efforts at that time. But of course, now we know, and we will be taking advantage of Jordan's time. Thank you, Jordan, as we work on recruiting in that area in the future. Last week, Miss Sade Shafadiah was named global winner of the World Trade Centers Association Foundation competition. Sade is a graduate. I believe she graduated in 2021, but also I think she's now registered as she's a graduate student now. And she won the Peace Through competition for their Foster Belief project. We're excited for her and the recognition that she is getting for her innovation. She's trying to get on campus and bring her Foster Belief on campus. So we're trying to work through liability issues with her to see if we are going to be able to help her do some of the education on campus with her Foster Belief. Legislation and our capital request. So this was a big year for us. We were seeking funding for a variety of things, and I'm grateful to report that we did get the $7.5 million that was the initial ask on our for capital projects. We did receive that, and we're thankful for all of our legislators in the House. We have so many friends of the university in the House. We have new friends in the Senate, and so we're very glad of the work that we were able to get done on that front. And thanks to each of you that assisted in that as well. The main thing that funding is being used for is we're going to be able to raise the physical plant. Physical plant is now located next to the student union, but is prime property for future growth of Savannah State University and our academic buildings. And so we're going to move the physical plant to a different location. And so that will be the primary use of that funding. Of course, it's going to, we have some other projects that are definitely not as sexy, I'll say. That's, we're gonna work on marshline erosion mediation. We're gonna make sure that we do repaving and resurfacing around campus so that we will be ADA compliant. And also we're gonna do some work on securing the campus perimeter. Things that we haven't been able to do in the past based on funding, we have the support to do that. The other thing that happened in this legislative agenda is that we have funding for all of our employees to receive a $5,000 salary increase. And so that is exciting. And they saw the first part of that at the end of April. And they will get another portion in their next check at the end of May. And then this salary will be in their 2023 fiscal year. It'll be already in their salary and they'll get it regularly. But what happened for April is that everyone received, I believe it was $3,750 extra dollars in their income. So we're all just a little bit happier right now and thankful for the governor, but also definitely the legislators for passing that budget and taking care of that for us. For the students, something's happened with them too. It was a reduction historically, definitely over the last 7 to 10 years. Students in the university system of Georgia have not just paid tuition, there was an institutional fee that was added that for us, I believe it was $200 per semester per student. Well, the governor saw fit to remove that based on the revenue that the state has. And so no student going forward will pay that institutional fee. There are other fees that are paid, but not this add-on over the 7-10 years when tuition had remained stagnant, but the institutions were able to get money, additional funds through that institutional fee. So this is definitely a win for our students and their families. Thankful that the renovation project that our university foundation has been paying for over the last now I guess about 9 months. Thankful that that is coming to fruition, and we will see the dividends of this in the fall semester as students are once again able to occupy. So buildings 1 through 4 are very close to completion right now. And the 6 through 10, we hope to get during hopefully early August. I'm shooting for July, honestly, but I hope that we're able to get that turned over to us in time, and I trust that we will be able to. I'm sure you all know that the Board of Regents named Sonny Perdue as the chancellor for the university system. Last Friday, I had my first meeting with him. I ended up missing our foundation board meeting because he called a president's meeting. And so he is laying out what he wants to do with the university system, and we'll be traveling and visiting all of our universities. One of the things that he shared with us is sometimes he'll just show up. And so we'll be looking for him to come to campus at any point and have our campus ready to greet him and show him what we're about and the importance of HBCUs and the importance of Savannah State University in particular, and what we contribute to higher education in the state of Georgia. Our COVID protocols have been relaxed. I'm sure you are aware, I believe it was the beginning of this semester, the Board of Regents made a determination that we could not mandate masks any place on our campus. It was based on preference and personal risk assessment. And so we've been following that. Testing and vaccines and boosters were stable on our campus over the last year. We are looking into whether we're going to be able to continue to do that. I met at Faculty Senate last week. I actually did a not unscientific poll of those in attendance and asking how many of them used our site for vaccines and booster shots, and not many of them did. And even if they did, they have an opportunity to do it off campus with ease. And so I know that we need to continue the testing because we need to know when COVID is in our midst so that we can take appropriate actions right away. We need our students to be able to get on a moment's notice a COVID test. And so we're looking into how we might be able to continue that going forward. Good news, we talked about some actions of the legislature. Now this is actions by the Board of Regents. Board of Regents indicated that schools that fall into our category as state universities can now admit students without a ACT or SAT if they have a 3.0 grade point average. And so I believe the number was 679 individuals were able to be automatically admit as soon as we got the word of this new level. Now, I say it's good news, and we were able to admit 689, but the bad news is that last year we admitted based on a 2.5 GPA without ACT, SAT. So this is an increase of that. And so a lot of our students are going to have to take the ACT, SAT in order to be admitted into Savannah State University. We already talked about the institutional fee and all budgetary things. And again, we are grateful for that. So thank you for all that you do in participating and contributing, showing up to functions, supporting our students in their academic matters as they present, as they have concerts on campus, their performances, everything that you do to make sure that Savannah State University, and particularly our students, are able to continue moving in the right directions. I am grateful, and I know our students are. So I'd just like to thank you for that. I hope that you all have a wonderful meeting. And Mr. President, if there are questions, I would welcome the opportunity to try to answer them.
Yes, ma'am. If we have anyone, you can use the raise the hand feature, and we'll gladly try to catch a couple of those really quickly. And Mr. Davis, there you go. All right. But I think you pretty much covered everything, and I think most of our alums have heard from you before. I know at least at Southern region. Okay.
So, Mr. Washington, can I ask? We have at least 360 new alums. Are any of those new alums present today?
On the call, no, but they may be watching via the live stream on our website. Yes. We do. South Florida. Joy Newkirk has a question. Ms. Newkirk, please, you can go ahead and unmute yourself and ask your question, ma'am.
Hi, good morning, President. Can you hear me?
I can't understand.
Okay. That better?
Yes,
yes,
go ahead.
I heard that.
Yes, that's better. Okay, good morning, President Washington, President Ballard-Washington. So my question is regarding student serving as resident assistant. I was informed that they no longer get the discount, they have to pay 60% of their housing. Is that correct?
Ms. Newkirk,
Okay.
we were having some difficulty.
Mr. Washington, could you hear that?
We were having some difficulty hearing you, Ms. Newkirk. Sound like it might have been a TV or something going on in the background.
So
if
I
you could
heard
put that in the chat. I think she's going to put it in the chat, and we'll have it for you, and I'll get it to you.
All right, thank you.
All right, yes, ma'am. I will definitely get that to you all. But we are coming up to our budgeted allotted time right at 10 o'clock. So hopefully she can get that in. If not, what I will do is I'll definitely get that question to you all. I'll copy and paste it and put it in a text or in an email. Here we go. She said, I received an update that students who are RAs now have to pay 60% of the room cost. Is that so?
Honestly, I have not heard that. So I will look into that. I don't know that, but I will look into that.
All right. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
And she said 60?
Yes, ma'am. 60% of room costs.
Yeah, it was my understanding that that was a part of that was something you got as part of the job. So no, I've not heard that.
Okay.
But we'll follow up.
Right. All right, so we'll go ahead and close out of that. All right, ma'am, and thank you very much for your time. We greatly appreciate you, and thank you for coming out, always being available to us, ma'am. Thank you very much.
Thank you all, and happy Mother's Day to all the mothers. And I hope you all have a wonderful weekend and a wonderful summer. We'll be working to keep moving the university forward. Have a wonderful meeting.
Thank you. Thank you. And we will go back. We'll try Ms. Terry. We'll see if we had any of those technical issues worked out. And then while we're doing that, I'll see if any of our other guests were able to make it on. But Ms. Terry, if you are still with us, our national queen, the floor is yours, ma'am.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay. Savannah State President, Kimberly Ballard-Washington, our national president, Harold Washington, distinguished guests, and my dear fellow alums, greetings and a very good morning to all of you. Welcome to our 2022 annual May meeting. I am truly honored to reign as the 2021 National Queen for Savannah State University National Alumni Association. Let's all pledge to serve as a beacon of life by giving of our time and financial support for the welfare of Savannah State University and the students it serves. Let's focus, stand firm, using our voices, our time, our talents, and above all, finances to promote and support our dear alma mater. Again, I say to you, welcome to our May meeting. Thank each of you for your time, support, and commitment. With your time, talent, and financial support, Savannah State will rise. Have a good meeting. Thank you.
Ms. Terry, thank you very much, ma'am. Our national queen, Ms. Margie Terry. Thank you very much. Before we go ahead and close out our public session, I wanted to give a chance to check to see if Mayor Johnson, Senator Jackson, or Mr. or Ms. Savannah State were able to get online with us. Do not see them. All right, seeing that they were not, that is okay. We will go ahead and I will go ahead now and close out our public session. And so that will now allow us to go into our business session. So my technology team, if you all will go ahead and please close out of our public session so that we can transition into our business session. And I will give everyone a quick little restroom break or coffee, or for me, a tea break. And we will start at exactly 10:15. We will start our business session. I will call the meeting to order.